No, that's the wrong tree. Too much ivy. No kid would ever want to climb that tree. Maybe this one. But no, see, it's way too tall. There's no way any kid would ever build a tree house up there. What we're looking for is that kind of tree. See? Now that's a very pretty tree, but I don't know. It's still, you know. Hi, I'm Matt, by the way. We're looking for that tree. All right. So I wrote and illustrated Dino-Gro. So what we're doing is we're looking for Cole's tree. You can see it on the cover there too. We might find it later. Meanwhile, I'm going to read the book to you, okay? All right. So always bring your own stool when you're going to read out in the wilderness. All right. So this is Dino-Gro, and I'm Matt. Nice to meet you. I'm going to read the story. And then since I'm the illustrator, I'm also going to read the illustrations later. First, the story. Dino-Gro. Now, if any of you have ever had one of those little spongy things that you throw in water and then it grows, that's what this is about. All right. Cole's newest toy animal wasn't furry and it didn't squeak, but it was supposed to grow. He's so tiny, Cole said. He'll grow, Mom said. You just need to get him wet. Maybe tomorrow, Cole thought. What happened to you? What? Cole showed Dino-Gro his treehouse. You remember the treehouse we're looking for? He taught him how to jump over the stream. Wet. Don't let him get too big, Dad said. But Dino-Gro liked growing. Wet? Wet. Wet. Wet? Dino-Gro is getting too big, Dad said. What can I do about it? Cole asked. Don't let him drink anymore, they said. Look at all the things he's been drinking. But Dino-Gro found the flowers. He found the refrigerator. He found the shower. Dino-Gro is getting too big to be inside, Mom and Dad said. So Cole tried to make him smaller. He made him exercise. He put him on a liquid-free diet. Look at all those liquid-free things. Dino-Gro did get smaller, but not small enough. Dino-Gro had to sleep outside, sort of like what I'm probably going to do tonight. Wet. Very sad. Oh no. Where's Cole going? Where's Dino-Gro going? In the morning, Dino-Gro was gone. He wasn't in the yard. He wasn't in the garage. He wasn't at the stream. He wasn't in the treehouse. Help, Cole cried. I'm stuck. Call the fire department, Dad said. Call the Navy, Mom yelled. When help arrived, it was big. It was blue. Boom, boom. And it was Wet! Dino-Gro stayed big, and that was just fine. Soon Cole got a baby sister. She's so tiny, Cole said. She'll grow, Mom said. What's Dino-Gro thinking back there? Wet? Nope, not a good idea, the family thinks. All right, so that's the end of the book. Now I'm going to tell you how I drew it. Take my stool, I'll be back. Hello, look what I found. It's an illustration. It's the original art for what? Anybody want to guess? The cover, right. Look at that. That's a pretty good job. I matched that cover pretty well, didn't I? Well, actually, I drew this first, and then the cover was made. Now look at that one. A little bigger than the original. Anybody remember where that was? Yep, right there. I do it a little bit bigger than the book, because things look better when they're smaller. See, watch. See how much better it looks? See how much worse I look? Oh well. All right, let's go through the book, step by step. What do you see here? Look what's happening. Flashlight, little Dino-Gro, big shadow. You ever do that? You do it with your fingers? Make animals on the wall? That's fun. Look at all those toy animals back there. Stuffed animals, squeaky toys. Cole's done some drawing on the wall. Now, did you remember how Dino-Gro was looking at that water like he wanted to get in it? And then remember this page? He's actually pushing a block over so he can get into the water, and then he goes bloosh into it, and look how big he gets. Whoops. Now, this one is what I wanted to ask you about, okay? How many of you have had any of these things to drink? Water balloons? Anybody drink water balloon water? What about coffee? I'll tell you, Dino-Gro was going after everything in the house. Oh, here's a question. Why does Dino-Gro have a shower cap? Now remember the dog? Did you ever see the dog? He looks happy that Dino-Gro gets kicked out. And way down here, if you have the book, you can see that there's peanut butter and things down there. As anybody knows, a spoonful of peanut butter with no water, I'll dry you right up. This was fun to draw with all those clouds and things. It starts to get stormy. See how it's starting to get dark? He's already crying, I think. And then this rain, I did some of the rain in the original illustration, but some of it I added later with the computer. So I just couldn't draw all those raindrops. You try it. It's really hard. Now, I'm a terrible speller. See that box there? I think I spelled absorbent and crunchy wrong in my art. I had to fix it later. This is my favorite illustration. Just drawing clouds and Dino-Gro coming to the treehouse. See, there's the treehouse. We still haven't found a tree for us to build in yet, but oh well. Now, I don't know if you noticed the first time we looked through it, but the mom is pregnant, right? She's gonna have a baby. And that's the only reason she's not on that roof, by the way. She is actually better at carpentry, which means hammering and nailing, than the dad. He's only up there because she couldn't go up the ladder because she's pregnant. That's why he's doing such a bad job. Look at that. Kind of like me. Oh, did you notice the flag? All right, want to look for the tree again?
This tree? Maybe. It's kind of tall, though. I don't think Cole could climb that. Let's look for another one. Wait a minute. No. You gotta be kidding me. We're not climbing that one. Tell you what, let's take some questions now, and we'll look for a tree later.
All right, let's take some questions. Anybody have any questions? Squirrel. Red squirrel. You, go ahead. You had nuts for breakfast? That's not a question, actually. Anybody else have an actual question? Okay, red squirrel just actually asked a question. Good, good for you. How do I start? Well, I start with words and pictures. Here are some of the first drawings I did for Dino-Gro. You can see those are my words written out. And then I start with little sketches called thumbnails. They're not really the size of my thumbnail, a little bit bigger. But that's why they're called thumbnails. Good question, squirrel. Badger? Mr. Badger, sorry. All right. Oh, for sure. Badger's asking if I can show a drawing and the final illustration. Thank you. So here is after the thumbnails, I do drawings. You probably recognize that one, right, Badger? You don't remember that one from the book? You just got here? Well, still a good question. And here is the final art. So, compare, sketch. Now Badger's gone. All right. Anybody else have a question? Earthworm. Yes. Can you repeat that? Oh, how long have I been doing this? I assume you don't mean looking for a tree in the woods. I have been illustrating for 10 years, and I've been writing books for 5. And I really like writing and illustrating my own books. But I also like illustrating other people's books. Crow. Oh, yeah, watercolor. Crow's asking what I did that in. So you can see it's a paper, watercolor. I'm sure many of you have used watercolors? No? Have you splashed in water? Okay, so you know what it's like. So you add a little color to that, like maybe smash a berry up and you get a nice pink color, if it's a raspberry, yes, thank you. Anyway, that's what watercolor is. Usually I work in oil paint, but watercolor seemed to make sense for this book. All right, any more questions? All right, so the line is over there to buy the book, and yes, sure, I'll accept nuts and berries, and thank you very much, yes. I can't actually hear you clapping, but you're all here and I appreciate it. And you too, thank you. What about that one? Oh, what do you mean it's too scary? Let's try. Watch out for poison oak and ivy. Should be easy to climb, right? Little handhold here. See, that's no problem. All right, I'll meet you up at the top. Why don't you go first? Okay, I think we got a tree that's going to be good for a tree house. I noticed you didn't join me. Well, that's all right. Maybe next time. Bye.